Hey, Jason Kallsen from Twin Cities Wine Education. We have special guest Bill Summerville at the table, and we're going to be talking about this special event. So the special event is the Louis Dressner Winemaker Tour. We have 4 incredible wine personalities coming in from Europe, 2 of which their wines have never been in the Twin Cities before. And this is going to be happening on October 24th, Wednesday, at Studio 125 up in Northeast Minneapolis, which is like one of the most gorgeous venues you could ever imagine. So just do a Google image search on Studio 125 Minneapolis. You'll see the kind of place that we're going to be at. It's going to be an amazing night of intimate tasting with these 4 special people. And what's incredible about this night is the privacy and the interaction that you'll have and the access to them, which is kind of unheard of when it comes to these 4. So Bill's here, we got a bottle of Tarlant right here, we have a bottle of Foradori right here, and I want Bill to be able to kind of fill us in on why this is so special and what's really cool about these ones in particular. And we'll talk about the other guests that are going to be there too.
So the Tarlant family, they're royalty in Champagne, and they have 12 generations that have been making champagne since 1687. And we will be opening this bottle on the 24th. This is the Cuvée Louis. It's an homage to their great-great-grandfather. And the vineyard, it's a single vineyard for Champagne, and called Les Crayons, specifically referring to the amount of chalk in the vineyard. It's 65 years old, and it's a blend of 50-50 Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. 5 different vintages blended in the Solera.
Wow.
2000 back to
96.
And then aged 15 years on the lees.
15 years on the lees.
Unheard of. That's putting all that money in the bank and sitting on it. And this is a wine that I've had a number of times. The previous bottling was only aged 10 years on the lees. It has a beautiful oxidative style to it that is rich and luscious. It's as if they've aged it for you, and it really is one of those champagnes. And it has zero dosage, meaning there's no sugar added at the end, but it still has this gorgeous, voluptuous quality to it that really you can only get from their methods of making champagne.
And this is one of 3 champagnes from Champagne Tarlant that are going to be open that night. Plus, Melanie Tarlant will be there.
Yes.
So that's going to be
the ever-charming Melanie.
That's going to be an amazing table. And what's up with Foradori?
So Foradori. Foradori is a very special winery. In 1985, I believe it was, Elisabetta Foradori was she was the 3rd generation of her family to be involved with wine. She was in enology school when her father suddenly passed away, and she had to take over the winery at age 20.
Wow.
And so she met her future husband, Rainier Zirock, and they had this amazing love affair, got married, had 3 children, one of which, Theo Zirock, he will be our guest that evening. He is the face of the winery these days as Elisabetta steps into the background. His brother Emilio is the winemaker, and so what Elisabetta learned from Rainier Zirock was that in order to gain, she was very philosophical, and she learned this over time, and what she came to understand was that in order to gain the trust of the vines, she had to nurture the earth, she had to honor the earth. And it's a very simple idea, but so overlooked at the time when people were still just barely getting out of the use of chemicals and pesticides and things in their vineyards.
She was one of the trailblazers of that entire movement.
Massive trailblazer. And so by using a very ancient philosophy, because this is how generations back would raise their grapes, by taking care of the earth, she also went backwards in time and used amphora, which is now a trend, and she was one of the pace setters for this trend. It's a very popular thing right now, and her amphora come from a Spanish gentleman. He makes 20 a year.
And that's it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
And we're having 4 wines from Foradori, plus Theo is going to be there pouring and talking about all the wines. And 2 of the wines that we're going to be having are Tyrol de Go, which I doubt a lot of people have had a lot of experience with. So one of the great native grapes of the Dolomites and Alto Adige.
Exactly. And
really
Elisabetta was she, not single-handedly, but almost single-handedly saved the grape from not becoming extinct, but really losing its prominence and its importance in Italy and in that region.
So 2 more winemakers that are going to be there, 2 more tables. Monte Secondo. I'm holding up little pictures here because these wines are new to Minnesota and Minnesotans never had access to these before. So we're going to talk about Monte Secondo and the wines of Eric Texier in another video. But I wanted to make sure that you know of the 4 that are coming in for that tasting. Just go to tiny.cc /Dressner MSP, lowercase d, capital MSP at the very end, or just hit up TwinCitiesWine.com. All the information is there in the registration. Limited tickets because we want it to be an intimate evening. Thanks, Bill.
My pleasure.
Good times. See ya.